some people are in that rocket ship making it heavier, but also helping you to push it further. And some people are just hanging on at the bottom and weighing it down.
I'm embarrassed to be your friend right now. Like, come on, man. Like, man up, bro. Like, this ain't you, bro. Like, your forefathers X amount of years ago did not go through the struggles to get here for you to do this, bro.
A high value woman is someone who respects herself, who has a lot of self-respect and self-understanding.
Because the mandem aren't in their masculine frame, it doesn't allow the woman to be in their feminine frame.
I believe men should take full accountability for the failure we have currently in society.
If a young couple got married at, I don't know, let's just say at 27, for example, and then they straight away start off with this whole feminine energy means I do X, Y, Z. Masculine energy means I do A, B, and C. But then 20 years from now, you're still not ahead in life because you didn't make the right financial decisions. Yes, my people, what's good? Welcome back to No Blind Spots, your favorite pod with myself, Hader. Now, you're probably thinking, Rotted, where's this Donny been? You know, New Year's came, New Year's happened, hit the ground running, and then just took a break with the content stuff. So, without going into too much depth and making this a whole sob story, sometimes life is just, you know what I'm saying, man? Sometimes you just got to reprioritize and focus on a few other things. But I always said to myself, I want to come back to making content when I'm feeling a bit more into it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Where I feel that my heart's a bit more into it. So on that note, enjoy this episode, man. I think at one point you guys were speaking about the difference between, you said something about wanting a woman to be moldable. And then she said about, that sounds like manipulation. So I found that really interesting because I've had a lot of conversations, both on and off camera, about that sort of like relationship dynamics and kind of like gender roles, men and women. And I said it to you on the phone, but I'll say it again on camera. You know, obviously I come from a Pakistani Muslim background. So of course there'll be probably a lot of similarities, but a lot of obvious differences because of the religion and the culture as well, in regards to like how we view just relationships and stuff. But what was your initial thoughts when you were hearing like, oh, that he sounds like he's a manipulator, and you know this sounds like it's you know he wants to be in control and things of that nature. How did you feel about that?
People are very shallow in this day and age. So when you use a word, whether that be manipulator, whether that be moldable, whatever it is, people will attach a million connotations and then fail to comprehend the actual point behind whatever it is you're saying. Okay, so it's difficult to have conversations with people that refuse to understand.
Yeah.
But definitely some word like moldable.
Moldable, yeah.
To me, moldable would be amazing. I think you have to be moldable in life. As a man, I'm more moldable to my own life, and as a woman I'd love her to be moldable towards my life because I'm the one that's going to be providing the security, I'm the one that's going to be providing the health. And what I say to people who say to me, listen, why can't you be moldable to a girl's life? I say, listen, I've worked extremely hard on my life is everything it needs to be, so what am I going to change for you? Because my life is money, health, and you know, and happiness. So out of them three things, which one is it that I'm going to mold for you? Few girls can achieve that level of intensity and quality in their life to the same way that I've done it. So, you know, that's why for me it's important for her to be moldable towards myself.
Now that you've explained it in such depth, I hear that, right? But my question is this. So when we speak about wanting your potential spouse or your future spouse to be quote unquote moldable, my first question to you then is, and this is like a genuine, not even I'm doing devil's advocate. This is an actual question.
Me and devil's advocate are best friends.
Come on, bro. Especially when you're in the world of podcasting, you've got to be able to come with a few jabs and a few right hooks. You know what I mean? But then, could an individual not argue that if you're in a position where you have to make someone moldable, or someone should be moldable in order to meet your requirements, then why were you going for that type of person in the first place?
Because
does that make sense?
100% it makes sense. The difference being is, I don't think a man should be moldable for a woman. I think a woman should be searching for the perfect man, and then she should be working out how she can adapt. Who's going to lead the family, bro?
Of course, man.
Right. So she needs to work out how.
Well, actually, let me pause you. Typically, from the way society has been, it's normally been men, especially from the culture that I come from. But we're living in an era where, no, I'm in agreement with you, but let's be real, bro. Not everyone watching or listening will agree that we live in an era where 50-50 has become the norm. Let's not deny the elephant in the room.
No, the elephant in the room is the fact that a relationship being led by a woman is heading off a cliff. It's heading for disaster. And that's the be all or end all. So, listen, I'm talking about logically.
Okay, cool.
A relationship is being led by a man.
Right.
Full stop. Relationship should be led by a man. Should be the man of the house. It should be the husband of the house with his woman and his beautiful children.
Agreed.
Leading the household. That's end of, right? Whether you're from a Pakistani background, an English background, or a fucking German background, I don't care who you are. That's logically how it needs to work because of how we're designed as humans and animals. More importantly, even forget humans, how we're designed as animals. Now, my point being that to have that balance, a woman needs to come into your life, and to be the best woman she can, it's about finding and understanding her best way to support you so you can lead the house. Because I am not at all saying that a man is able to do all of this by himself.
Of course.
A strong woman, a credible woman is so imperative to a relationship and a life for kids, a balance. It's 100% a team. Okay,
cool. So my thing is, let's just say there's a young man watching this right now. I love how we went straight into it. You know what? Let me just pause 1 sec here. The people are probably thinking, last time Hader dropped content was a little while ago. For different reasons, I took a bit of a break and I haven't even done an intro. But just real quick, what's good, my people? Hope everyone's well. Anyways, back to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes less is more. You know what I mean, Diego? Sometimes you don't need to be them. So, guys, before we start today's episode, I just want to listen. My sometimes life's you, and you just move on with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say there's a young man watching this episode right now or listening. Let's let me just set the scenario. There's a 21-year-old young man watching this right now. He's just finishing uni. He's about to get his first grad role. He just passes, driving. He just got his first car, whatever. He's in the building position of his life now. What would be some very easy, tangible, advice you'd give him when it comes to choosing that right spouse, in your opinion and your experience?
Don't look for it at that stage. A very wise man made a video which has gone viral numerous times, and he said, when you're hungry, you should never go shopping because you pick up the wrong things. The same thing when you're looking for a woman. If you're hungry, if you're lonely, if you're in need of someone emotionally to be there for you, that's the wrong time to be going and looking for a woman, and the right time to be developing yourself so much as a human being and growing that you become that level of foundation on your own. Because the problem is, if you allow a woman to become a part of your foundation, that part of your foundation is not 100% in your control. And if that drops out, you then lose your foundation, and no matter how much you've built up here, it can all fall through. So the imperativeness to create your whole foundation solely as a man, every single aspect of your foundation is from self-development, is from self-work, is from financial security, is from health, fitness, strength, and societistical clarity. When you have that as a man, everything else can lay on top of it and survive. But
love that.
If you're in that development phase as a man, I definitely wouldn't recommend going and physically looking for a woman. If a beautiful woman comes into your life and you know how to handle it and you're ready to handle it, then that's fine. But I think people are panicking, bro, because the level of quality in men and women, as we know, it's no secret in society, it's gone downhill.
What's good, my people? Literally taking a few seconds to say, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video. It really helps small creators like myself reach more people like you. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, be sure to follow the page. Leave a review, man. Tell me what you think of the episode.
So naturally people are going, I don't know if I'm going to get and then we're settling, especially as men, we're now settling for girls that we wouldn't usually settle for.
Right.
Maybe that cross our moral boundaries, this girl smokes, but you know what, she's beautiful and I don't know if I'm going to get any better, so let me just take her. And then in a year we get married, and then I'm going to bring up that I don't like her smoking, and then we're going to have arguments because I've accepted it for so long.
Yeah, you already started on a downhill slope, and then you're wondering why you're having problems. I think you made a really good point about societal. What did you say, societal? You said something? Something to do with
I say a lot of big words that I just kind of project.
Yeah, you just make it
anonymously,
making it go viral on the gram. You know what I mean? No, but the point I think that you were making that I kind of want to bounce off is, I feel like we live in a society, or not even I feel, I've seen online many people say this about, there's no good men left, or they're so hard to find, vice versa. I want to be fair. A lot of, Mandem are saying vice versa. There's not, I can't find no good girls. Where am I looking? What am I supposed to do? What's your stance, bro? Because actually, you know what? Let me answer that in my opinion and tell me what you think, right? I think the problem is, and I think when me and you got on the phone the other day, I said something very similar about, I feel it's like, it's not about where you're looking or what you're doing wrong to find X, Y, and Z. It's probably the fact that you're in denial that you yourself aren't there yet to match what it is that you'd like. And because naturally as humans, we attract energy, what we are, who we are is what naturally we tend to surround ourselves with. You're not getting that because you're not there. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 100%. There's two ways to look at it. I mean, from a male's perspective, what we tend to do now is, as I say, there's all this panic mode, and then instead of doing the internal work that we should be doing as humans, we're just point scoring. You're shit, you're a hoe, you're trash.
Yeah, men are trash. Men are trash.
There's all these catchphrases that become our army, our weaponry, our armor to produce, instead of actually, in a men's point of view, instead of demanding loads of value of girls and then crying when you can't get that girl, you need to be building yourself up to an extremely high value to then demand an equal and opposite attractive force into your life. And women need to stop falling down to the norms of society, which is, this girl over here has got a BBL and she's twerking online and she's getting dick and I'm not. And you need to actually go, do you know what? That's not the kind of interactions you want. That's not the kind of girls that men are looking for longevity with. This is just all the facade on social media that's telling us what should be normal and what should be acceptable. And people are just extremely weak, bro. We're so susceptible to fall into the norms instead of going, wait a minute, I'm a man. I have my genitals. I have my morals. I have my responsibilities. No matter what society or social media tells me, I'm going to keep being the things I know that my father and my grandfather taught me to be, so I can provide to that woman.
Let me give you a spud on that, bro. I feel, you sure you don't come from a South Asian or a Middle Eastern or some sort of other background, bro? Yeah, because we were sounding like we got a lot of similar moral compasses, man.
Listen, I come from a good family. I have a good role model and a dad. He's not the most
big up, man,
loving or the most, he's such a fabulous dad. Yeah, he does his job extraordinarily well. I've got a great role model to look at. He's protected me.
And parents doing their thing, man.
But that's what it is. And instead of me rebelling him and going, I've got a strict dad that tells me what to do, I'm gonna go and set fire to the school. I've gone, do you know what? He tells me what to do here and there.
What an example.
Like, it's insane. It's insanity. There's all this rebellious acting just because we don't like what someone says. And now remember, like, no one can say anything, right? As soon as I don't like what you say, I'm gonna start punching things in this wall. Bro, you've seen podcasts where girls have been on the podcast and started damaging people's equipment, right?
Yeah.
It's like you say something I don't like, I'm gonna break this TV. It's not even your TV, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm renting the studio from Dan. Big up my boy Dan. You get me? He's giving me good prices. You know what I mean?
If this gets done, man, I'm sorry. Trust it's his fault.
Bro. He's paying. I'm sending the invoice back to Nav. You know what I'm saying? I've got the email address ready there. You know what I mean? But now, bro, I feel like I've been seeing your content for a minute, bro. And if I just take it back a few steps, one thing that I really pride myself on is, so just to give you context, I've been in the podcasting world for quite a few years now. Previously under a different brand and more towards like the past maybe just give or take a year, I rebranded and went in a new direction sort of thing. And it's been a new type of learning curve. One thing in particular that I really pride myself on is the ethos I've always kept the same, in the sense of what it was when I started is still the same. And that is having meaningful conversations that not only provide entertainment, but also provide immense value. And I feel like a lot of the things that even in the past maybe 10 or so minutes that we've been speaking that you've mentioned really resonate when it comes to personal development, working on yourself, self-accountability, not giving into societal pressures and stuff. So the main reason why I wanted you here today was, well, first, just generally have a catch up and get acquainted because, like I said, I feel like I can resonate with a lot of the stuff that you say. But most of all, because I feel like we're living in a time where the truth, I feel, is becoming villainized. We're living in a time where I feel if you have an opinion that's somewhat traditional in quote marks, or that's somewhat against the agendas of the current wave of life and society that we're living in, you can be deemed as the black sheep. Apparently I can't even say black sheep anymore. Do you remember that nursery poem, Black Sheep? Did you hear about that? They changed it up, or they've called it something else now. That was not planned. I promise to God that was not planned. But yeah, bro, chat to me about the content stuff before we get into the juicy bits, man. So obviously, I know you said you've been doing it for a couple of years now. What sort of like made you wanna delve into that?
Impact. I traveled the world. I ran a lot of businesses. I had a lot of different jobs, working for the man, doing loads of different things in my life. And this experience just told me that I'm definitely someone who needs to have a message, who needs to rebel against the insanity that's going on. I mean, you worded it incredibly nicely. I won't be nice to people that refuse to listen, in terms of it is insanity.
I've still got a 9 to 5, bro, so you know what I'm saying?
There you
I
go.
have to be real with you and my audience.
No, I mean, listen, I tell you what, it's not so much about a 9 to 5 that's the problem. It's are you happy? Are you comfortable?
No.
And are you doing something about it?
No, what I meant, sorry, maybe you misunderstood. What I meant was, you said you worded it nicely. I said I have to because of the fact that I've got.
Apologies. All right, I understand.
But you know what?
Shout out the boss.
Come on, don't know. Give me a raise. No. But you know what it is. I'll be real. But that's a great question, bro. No, ultimately I would. You know what? I believe in manifestation. I believe in the power of prayer, and just God and manifesting via God. I definitely would love to be in a position where one day like something like this could be the full-time bread and butter. But I genuinely enjoy this as a hobby, and if something comes from it, lit. If not, I'm calm, bro.
Manifesting is half the problem with society.
You reckon?
Half the problem.
No.
You know what manifesting teaches us to do?
Chat to me, bro. Educate me, my guy.
Just this. You know what I believe in the power of? Doing.
No, but
I tell you why. I tell you why. Because I will not undermine God for a second.
Do you believe in God?
One thing, I do believe in God. One thing I say very clearly and precisely is that the one thing that people are so ignorant to realize when God doesn't give us physical attributes or physical objects or direct things in our life, people are so obsessed with this idea that society is terrible. If you just take a step back and look at the opportunities you can have on a day-to-day basis,
right,
you'll realize that all God needs to give you is opportunities. And when you are faced with opportunities, we all have a decision as humans. Every human at some point has had a decision whether to take an opportunity or whether to be ignorant to an opportunity. And that's what I believe God does. I believe God presents us with numerous opportunities on a day-to-day basis. And we as humans decide our fate by what we do about the opportunities presented to us.
For real. Wow, bro. You know, like the DJ Khaled effect, where when he just speaks and then so many words come out and you need a second to process. Yeah, but right now we're not fans of DJ Khaled for different reasons. If you know, you know.
Oh,
We're not gonna get into that because I know.
You just want to say it and slightly move off.
You know what I'm saying? No, bro. I'm not trying to get the episode demonetized. Great to have you here, bro. I'm excited for the episode. I'm excited for the conversation. I feel like a lot will unfold from the fun side of it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I do feel like what you're teaching in a fun way. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because a lot of people will see your stuff as, oh, that's the guy that's got the riz, or that's the guy that moves to big girls, or I bet he's just always DM. But I feel like from what I've seen of you, especially with the content you do with is it Cheyenne?
Cheyenne.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I say the name right.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with pronunciation sometimes. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like if you look deeper, if you read deeper into it, there is that element of, right, this is more than just like walking around Trafalgar Square, showing number one to the lads in general, but especially the young men, like, yo, a tiny bit of self-confidence, just a tiny bit, can really take you far in life, especially when it comes to, like, you know, wooing. Is that the right word? Wooing the opposite gender. But then you've got this is where you educate me, bro, because I don't want to assume. Do you have like some sort of educational program, coaching thingy?
Correct. Yeah, I have a program in the community.
Elaborate a bit more on that. That's interesting, because I've never met anyone personally that actually does that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's called The Truth for obvious reasons, right? It's to project the truth about society, not only society, about what men should be doing about their lives. Right. And the reason, you touched on a great point, the reason I love what I do with my content is I can reach the people that I need to reach with the message that I need to reach them with, because they will, as I just said to you about God giving me an opportunity to provide something on a platform, I also provide an opportunity to men to understand something if they want to, or if not, to be entertained. Because whether you want to listen or not, I think my content's fairly entertaining, hence why it's done super well. And a lot of people will see me as an entertainer, and more than welcome to, by the way. I'm not here saying I'm not an entertainer, I'm an inspirational man, I'm Winston Churchill. Listen, I don't need to be everyone's hero.
Of course.
But one thing I promise to be is a mentor for anyone who has the integrity and the lack of ignorance to want to understand something more. Look at me and go, actually, this guy's producing all these videos, talking to all these beautiful ladies on the street. When was the last time I talked to a beautiful lady on the street? Oh, wait, never, because I'm a bitch. So instead of assuming that this guy just wants likes and follows on social media, how can I actually go, wait a minute, there's a deeper message in here. What can I understand? What can I take from this? And that's why I think consuming is so dangerous on social media, but also such a great opportunity, because you've never had so much information just at the click of a finger, at the swipe of a finger. And if you can utilize that intelligently and not get hooked on it, you can become a very, very intelligent man.
So is your main mission, let's call it, is it to help the mandem get better with talking to girls and approaching them in a way of like a quote unquote cold calling way in that sense, or is it more of a thing of just generally you want men just to raise their self-worth and their value? Like, what's your main mission in that regard when it comes to making this type of content?
For me, it's very important that not only we fight against the insanity that's going on, which comes a lot with men being and holding that self-value and that level of self-respect where they can be strong and fight the power of insanity. But it also, for me, is about giving everyone the chance at psychological freedom. And I'll tell you why. Whether you make 10 grand a year, or whether you make 50K a year, or whether you make 5 million a year, I truly believe that psychological clarity and psychological freedom is the first step to achieving pure and everlasting happiness. Because when you're fully understanding of something, and when you see something clearly with your eyes wide open, you have the opportunity to make good decisions, make better decisions in your life, which a lot of people don't have, because it's this facade that I believe, which is we're born with our eyes open, but actually we live with our eyes closed, which I think is dangerous. I always say, I wish everyone was born with their eyes closed, and at some point in our life, we had to make a decision to go through some sort of pain to open our eyes. So, we earn the right to actually see things, and we appreciated things a bit more. So, yeah, for me, it's about, allowing people to have that psychological freedom to go about their life and produce what they want. And that comes with confidence, bro, because at the end of the day, I'm a man that walks around the street and goes, if I want to do that, I'm going to do it. For two reasons. One, because I have the confidence to do whatever it is I want. And two, because I have a correct moral compass and I have a positive integrity, meaning that I know whatever it is that I want to do is not going to harm someone else. It's not going to be, it's not going to come at the expense of someone else.
I love that. What kind of stuff do you teach in this? What's the best way to refer to it? Like a members club program?
Yeah.
What type of stuff do you teach in the program?
Everything around self-confidence, self-development, improving yourself as a person. There is a full psychological breakdown on actually approaching girls and how to talk to girls, because it's not as black and white as you think. There are some incredible techniques that the average man wouldn't know that I've learned through years and years of practice. But the black and white surface of it is improving every aspect of your life. It's like kill a million birds with one stone and link the confidence, the self-development, the strength, the fitness all into one to create this man that, as I say, is not Superman, but he's just psychologically free and is able to live his life without the fear of insecurity, without the fear of failure, without the fear of rejection from a 5 out of 10 in the supermarket.
Love that, bro. How many, if you don't give me specific numbers, but is it like a quite big community? Roughly how many numbers you got? Hundreds, thousands, tens?
Thousands.
Man, like Diego, we move in Diego. Tell me you know that song.
Man, like Tory.
Come on, man. Free Tory, man. I might get cancelled for saying that.
Tory's in prison.
Bro, come on. You didn't know this.
Oh, yeah, because
the whole
Meg Thee Stallion. His dad was trying to get him out. I saw, his dad was a solicitor or something. I've read something about it.
I don't know about
Maybe
that.
I'm just chatting complete shit, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I saw it. What do you do to Meg?
Allegedly, he pow on her ankle. He
glocked her.
Apparently so. Meg Thee Stallion. Yeah, but bro, I'm sure. I'm surprised you had. Bro, it was like an ongoing thing for like 2 years, 3 years throughout COVID. Did you never?
He shot in her foot.
Allegedly.
Should have shot in her arse. It would have bounced off. Wouldn't have done any damage.
Man said the BBL came intact. Before we get into the, you know what I mean, probably the reason why people wanna join us today. What are your thoughts, bro, on the infamous man like Andrew Tate? Just out of curiosity, because you were speaking, and I was just like, you know what? He had a similar university type of thing. I think that was a bit more business oriented.
We don't talk about that here, man.
Oh,
the truth is the way. No, I'm joking.
Okay,
no,
as in, I don't want to
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it. What's your? I would just say, what's your opinion on his his overall like.
Yeah,
what he stands for.
I'll go into it super quickly. What he stands for, I think, is completely correct. He has a very intelligent way of advertising. He's a great marketer, and he does his job very well. And the people that hate on him give him fuel to continue doing that. The way where I'd say him and me are slightly different is I'm relating a message of someone going through this process and really breaking it down for people to understand, rather than shouting at people, giving people a message and just expecting them to follow. For me, it's very important that it's difficult because I'm not a fan of how weak men are in this day and age, but I understand that a lot of men are susceptible to being off track in their life and may need a bit more support to regain that power and the self-belief. So listen, I can't argue with a lot of the black and white messages. However, people want to word things and get reactions is fine. Right. But for me, we're two very, very different people. Yeah. A lot of people compare. I mean, not on the like they probably don't compare him to me. Yeah, no, of course. That would be nice. Yeah.
Would you say you're a fan of him or his work?
I'm a fan of my mother and my father and no one else.
Okay, would you say you're a supporter of his work?
I'm a supporter of my mother and my father and no one else.
I love that. You're media trained, bro. You're media trained. You've done this too many times. My people who watch the show and tune in, I feel like over the years, dilemma solving has become part of the identity of the No Blind Spots brand. So we're starting off with today's one. The title is, why do you think I, 27 female, is being ghosted by 35 male? An old co-worker, let me start that again. An old co-worker from my old job put me on with a guy that currently works at my old job. I've never met him before. He added me on Facebook and reached out. We talked for a bit and he asked me out. I said yes, and he asked me about my availability. He never set anything up that week. I was kind of understanding because he works a lot, works 12-hour shifts and does overtime on his days off. His excuse was that he ended up getting overtime, so then the following week we speak on the phone. He asked my availability for the following week and told me he would let me know. He even asked me if I was excited to go on dinner with him. It's been over a week since I last heard from him, but he watches all my stories on socials. Am I being ghosted? I thought he was attracted to me. He said I was cute multiple times, and I'm pretty sure the old co-worker vouched for me. I'm just trying to figure out if it's me. I just feel disappointed and upset because especially I was minding my business and didn't ask for this. What should I do?
I'm a fair man, man. I'm a fair man. I don't always take the side of the guys. So there's.
I love how you emphasize that just before you get going.
I'm a fair guy, man. Ladies, hit me up. No, I'm joking.
He ain't joking.
Diego Day. Listen, it's not that he's not interested. First of all, there's a difference between ghosting and not having the consciousness to text someone, right? It happens with men. If he is really busy, then you got to respect him. As a woman, you have to ask yourself, do I want a man that has no time to invest in me? And accept that with that probably becomes a better quality of life because he's going to be able to provide better for me because he works more and makes more money. I don't know, maybe he works a shit job. Or do I want to sacrifice that and go, do you know what? I don't need a man with loads of money and loads of time. I'd rather have quality time with him. And I guess it's up to you to say, what do you want to demand for yourself? Now, I'd say the same thing to a guy in a similar situation. What do you want? What do you demand off of that person fairly, with a level head, with emotional control? What do you demand? And if you demand time and attention off of someone, then it's probably not right for you. If I was you in this situation, I'd be no hatred, no bad blood, and moving on with your life.
But you wouldn't advise this woman to give him a shout. You wouldn't say reach out to him, see if he's all right.
No, not if she's actually done enough to show that she's excited to see him and she wants to see him. It's now balls in your court. One thing I hate the woman do is when I as a man project a time to you and I'm like, yo, Thursday night, let's go for dinner, and you're like, no, I can't do Thursday night. It's now in your responsibility to propose a new time, because if you say to me, no, I can't do Thursday night, full stop, I'm thinking, okay, that's just a no. There's no kind of, can we rearrange for... You don't even need to propose a new time.
That's the right energy.
Can you give me another date for next week? There needs to be some form of reach out. And for me, I'm super, super blunt on it. Like, if you don't give me my energy back, I'm so careful and cautious about my energy that I'm not going to allow you the glory to... give me a blunt answer and for me to still chase.
You know what's happening in recent times? Not when I say recent, I mean over the past couple of years. I may I'll catch up with old friends or just like acquaintances or whatever, and then we'll be talking and they'll be going through a mad situation, and it's clear as day. Excuse the pun with your surname. It's clear as day that, bro, this girl's taking you for a ride. Like, this girl is taking you for Alfie Moon. Do you know what I'm saying? But please tell me you get the reference.
Of course I do.
Come on, man. Come on, my guy.
Shout out Alfie as well, man.
Come on, man.
Warren Wood.
Is that where it's filmed?
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah.
That's so local to us, man. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Shit, we got.
You can see from where I used to play football.
Yeah.
Shout out Bournemouth FC.
Okay, shout out.
You can see the buildings.
Studios.
You can see the.
You can see Walford from there.
You see the Vic.
You can see the Vic. No way.
Vic.
That's lit. You know, I've never really been an EastEnders guy, but you know what I'm saying. I know enough.
How are you gonna gas it up like that?
No,
when I start singing a theme tune, you're telling me that.
No. As in, I know.
I thought we was connected.
No.
Bro.
Allow me, bro. Allow me. You know what I'm trying to say? Come on, it sounds like a Rihanna song. How come when I reach out my feet? Please tell me you know that song.
I'm not jumping on with you anymore. Because every time I jump on with you, you shut me down.
Pause, bro. Pause. Jump on with me. That sounds a bit wide for that.
Man will be man.
My guy. Nah, I'll be like, for example, I'll catch up with an old friend or something, and he'll be telling me like a situation with the potential, basically, right? I said potential like that, like I'm in a Bollywood dance film or something like that, you know what I mean? And he's just like telling me what's going on, reading me the text, showing me this, telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, and you're still trying to pursue.
But here's the problem, brother. This is what I referred to earlier. Guys will settle because we're so worried, and this is a genuine issue. I know you're laughing and joking about your boys.
Yeah.
But as a friend, you shouldn't even be laughing with your boys. You should be telling them like,
no. I'll let you land. I'm not laughing at my boys. Don't do that to me, bro. Don't do that to me.
No, but you should. No, I'm saying not here. I'm saying when you're with your boys, listen, it's all fun and jokes. Of course, we're laughing with our boys. It's all fun and jokes. And then you say to them, listen, bro, jokes aside, like you should cut it off.
Yeah, no. I did
because it's not good enough for you. And this is what I'm talking about before. A lot of guys are settling because they're worried that they're not gonna find a good and proper woman.
Yeah. What happened is, obviously, out of respect for this one situation I've got in mind, I'm not going to go into too much depth because that's not cool. But I remember someone very dear to my heart, bro, like someone that I would consider a brother. I was like, my bro, like, when is enough going to be enough? Like, how many times are you going to be this whole, I'm going to assume the best, benefit of the doubt, understanding she's going through mental health problems. This isn't personal. It's not a personal vendetta. It's just because they're going through this. I don't care. I remember one time I said, bro, you don't care? Yeah. He's like, no. I was like, bro, block her now. I'll give you a bill. I said, block her now. I'll give you £100.
Oh, you don't rate your friend. You said a bill, not even a bag.
A bill. No, I'm not a big CEO and director like a certain someone on the pod right now. I'm a humble guy, bro. I'm working my way up. Now I was like, and then I was like, go on, block right now if you're really on it. Nah, bro. You know what it is? Yeah, it's not even that deep to me, bro. I don't even care. And then eventually, I was like, look, bro. I remember sending him a voice note one time. I was like, bro, you're my guy, but what the F are you doing? Like, when I say I went in on the guy, like, pause, like. I told him off, bro. I'm like, I was like, I'm embarrassed to be your friend right now. Like, come on, man. Like, man up, bro. Like, this ain't you, bro. Like, your forefathers X amount of years ago did not go through the struggles to get here for you to do this, bro. And then, bro, you know what it is? Sometimes you can have love for someone, but you just got to give up because if someone can't help themselves, you just got to respectfully say, you know what? You made your bed with the situation. At the end of the day, you're your own man. There's only so much I can do. So respectfully, I love you to bits as my guy, as my brethren, but don't talk to me about this again. Not because I don't want to help you, but because you've shot yourself in the foot now multiple times. So it's just best we just don't touch the subject again.
It comes to a point in time where someone's just taking your energy and abusing it, right? And I'm gonna battle myself. I'm gonna be controversial against myself because I've built up my energy where I have so much spare to give to the people around me, which is why I love it. Where I can give my depressed friend over here loads of energy and be like, bro, just take it. And I can still be okay because I'm functioning at such a high level of kind of intensity on a day-to-day basis with enough coffee.
Big up the caffeine.
Big up the caffeine every time.
Come on.
But there gets to a point where you're literally just giving energy and someone's just taking it. And if they're using it, it's different, right? If you can see that he's using it, bro, every time I'm with you, I get this energy and I improve myself. When you go, it's a bit worse, but I'm trying, right? You can continue to push that energy. But when you're just giving it to someone, they're being ignorant enough to ignore you, it's difficult. And this is what we say about life, right? When you're on your way to the moon in your rocket ship, there are parts that have to fall off for you to be able to get to the altitude you're going at. And some people are in that rocket ship making it heavier, but also helping you to push it further. And some people are just hanging on at the bottom and weighing it down. And in that essence, unfortunately, no matter how close someone is to your life, if they really loved you that much, they wouldn't be ignorant enough to take your energy and allow that to happen to you, regardless of whatever girl's involved.
Wait, sorry, say that last bit again. Regardless of.
So if this friend of yours,
right,
really loved you as much as you should as a friend, because I'm a big believer in the word friend. It means something.
For sure.
You need to love that person, that human being.
Right.
And if he did, then he'd be more aware of the energy that you were putting in. He'd be more aware of your emotions. He'd be more or less ignorant to himself, and then able to essentially stop being a twat. So,
but I think a lot of it comes down to this, bro. A lot of, and I'm obviously exclusively speaking about men right now. I feel like a lot of men, even though they can be mature, they can be doing well in life, financially, physically, spiritually, all that good stuff. Nice car, they've got their like a gaff, good job, good income. Like they've held it down and they've become someone, someone worthy of value. But I still feel ultimately there's a lot of people out here who don't know the difference between they don't essentially. Let me rephrase, because I feel like I'm just going on bare tangents right now. I feel like a lot of people don't actually understand what their own value is, and they underrate their own value, and because of that, it allows them to be, like I said, be taken as a sideman, as an Alfie Moon. Obviously, I'm not trying to insult anyone that I know by calling
Alfie,
them a
you're not trying to insult Alfie.
Yeah, big up Alfie. He's a fictional character. So you know what I'm trying to say. So he don't exist.
What?
But,
EastEnders is not real?
No, did you not know that?
Wow.
Oh no, man! Did I just break your heart live on the pod?
My whole life was a lie. See, I saw Mick with some next thing, and I was like, surely not. Man.
Bro, should we cancel the pod and just talk about this? Because I feel like this is a big moment.
Is there a therapist in the building?
Bro, you're looking at him right now, man.
I don't think I think I need two.
For real. Well, I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? Therapy worthy.
Shout out Nav, by the way.
Big up Nav.
Big up Nav.
Not the one from the sick side, you know what I'm saying? Tell me you got that.
No.
You know the rapper Nav?
But I can't get everything, Nav?
Come on, bro. I thought your ears to the street, man.
I'm trying.
You know the rapper Nav? The Turks one. This guy knows.
Big Nav.
Nah, not Big. I said Big Nav. Who's Big Nav, bro?
I was just assuming he was big.
But no, I agree. Mandem have more self-worth, self-value. And it's not just women that need to have it. I know we're doing the dilemma thing, so we'll move on in a few seconds. But I feel like we live in this time where it's like, women are the prize, which they are for the most part. But I feel like, don't forget that you as a man, you're also bringing something of value. Well, I bloody hope people are, you know what I'm trying to say. And if you yourself don't know what that value is, and it can't just be like, oh yeah, I got a sick trim, or like, yeah, I'm 6'2", and you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's got to be like, you've got to internally value who and what you are as an individual. And that's why, if you're getting essentially walked all over by the person you're trying to pursue, then it's probably a sign that you need to work on that self-value. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, 100%. No, self-respect won't allow it to happen, bro. Even if you wanted to, even if your brain was telling you, I really want to push with this girl, I really think she's amazing inside, it's the opposite of what happens now. Self-value wouldn't allow you to do that. If you understood your self-value, you'd be sitting there going, I'm really trying, but I can't do this. And even no matter how much I love you, I can't bury myself because I know that I'm an incredible man. And I mean, what you said goes both ways, right? There are 6'2" light-skinned men that think they're the shit just being that, and there are beautiful Colombian girls with BBL all over the place that think that's all they can bring to the table. And if you put a relationship together with an extremely good-looking and societistically acceptable man, and vice versa with a woman, and no depth and no value in that relationship, it's not going to last. Even if you have great sex for a year, it's gonna fade at some point. Value is and we're living in a society where divorce rates are at the highest they've ever been. And the longevity.
Bro, you know what? Let's speak on that a second, bro. Yeah, I can't lie. That kind of scares me, man. I feel like you're not the first person that said that, and I've heard that many times, yeah. But that actually kind of brings a shiver to my spine, bro. Like when I hear stuff like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was waiting for you to say something.
Yeah, because I tell you why. People are going into relationships, even into marriages, as undeveloped people, as people who are not, as people who don't have their own foundations built to support a system of a relationship. Because a relationship essentially is two people with a base adding weight onto each other's base, also taking weight off. But if you're someone whose base isn't developed and then someone else puts weight on that foundation, it's just going to fall through. So, you have people falling in what I call lust or even love and thinking that love is the be all or end all of a relationship. But where you're not from a time where men understand the values they need to hold and women understand the values they need to hold, and when that comes together, it's a very hard thing to break. Men now have a facade of what are true values. Women have a facade of what are true values. Yeah. They bring these shit values together and it creates a shitstorm.
Let's dive into that, bro, because we spoke a lot so far about like men, value, self-accountability, etc. Let's flip the script for a few minutes, yeah? What, in your opinion, what makes a high-valued woman? Take a sip, bro. Take a long sip for this one, because I know you might have a lot, strong opinions on this.
For me, there are a lot of traits that portray a high-value woman. For me, something incredibly important for a high-value woman is someone who's understandable, someone who's really understandable to my lifestyle, to me. A high-value woman is someone who respects herself, who has a lot of self-respect and self-understanding, well-moraled, someone who understands the logic behind life, an intelligent woman, a woman that understands the importance of purity, loyalty, and feminism. Being a feminine woman, what it means to be a woman. It's hard. It's hard because everything that society is teaching us that is a valuable woman is the complete opposite.
Would you say feminism is bad, as in what it is today?
Sorry, when I say feminism, I mean as in a woman that understands her feminine roles. Like,
oh, okay.
Not feminism as in the actual movement of feminism.
Yeah,
apologies.
No, let's get into that in a second as well.
Yeah.
Because I would be interested to talk about. Yeah.
I'll fall asleep.
Good thing you got coffee there.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Nah, I finished it, man.
I swear.
Yeah.
Bro, that's quick,
Yeah. No, a woman that understands her feminine roles and the importance of the balance that she holds. For me, just a lovely, kind woman.
Yeah.
Who knows when to talk, who knows when not to talk, who knows how to represent you best, who knows when to understand you, who knows how to give you what you need as a man. It's the best one.
All right, I'm going to come with a jab now, yeah, because a lot of people watching, like, I've kind of trained myself now to ask questions with what people watching and listening may think right now, yeah? So this isn't necessarily coming from me as an individual, right? Just to put it out there, you know what I mean? Like, everyone who knows me knows my stance on these things. But a lot of people, after hearing what you just said, would say, that's all well and good, Diego, but a lot of the times, because the mandem aren't in their masculine frame, it doesn't allow the woman to be in their feminine frame. What's your stance on that?
1,000,000% it's the full responsibility of men.
Okay.
This is where people actually might be super surprised about my point of view. I believe men should take full accountability for the failure we have currently in society. Full accountability. There was an ideology from women that the roles need to be slightly balanced out or reversed and that life wasn't fair. And instead of standing up for what we knew was right as men, we caved into it and we went, oh, you want me to chop my dick off and pretend I'm a woman? I'll do it. You want me to, go around saying that women should lead a relationship and women footballers should get as paid as much as male footballers? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get on board. Just because that's what society tells me to do, just because that's where I'm safest. Instead of standing up and going, wait a minute, women footballers are pretty shit. How am I going to pay them the same as male footballers?
And they don't bring in as nearly close to the same revenue.
Completely illogical.
Allegedly, from what I heard.
No, of course they don't. It's no secret. But this is what I'm saying. Allegedly, it's like this whole alleged. Let's be honest. Let's just be fucking honest.
I'm just
of course. But they won't.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no, I read a stat that one football game, the Champions League final, the women sold out the Champions, that they sold out the stadium. Congratulations. They probably paid people to go to the match to fill out the stadiums. Anyway, we're getting off topic. My point being, I think men should be accountable for everything, and I think men should regain accountability, and it's not the fault of women, but the action that needs to be taken is that people need to stop getting in these relationships and settling with people that they shouldn't be in relationships with. Men should stop being in their feminine energy, getting into relationships until they've conquered and mastered how to be a man. And women shouldn't settle for a feminine man just because they think they're strong and independent, when a real woman knows that being strong and independent is raising an incredible family, being there for your man, emotionally supporting him silently all the time. You know, that's being a strong and intelligent woman and an independent woman. So,
but I also feel with a pinch of salt, because of us living in like the London sort of areas, and let's be real, bro, it's a very expensive time. Unfortunately, a lot of families are struggling as well. So just with a pinch of salt, what I would, even though what you're saying I agree with a pinch of salt, what I would add on top of that is it's also okay to understand that if you're young, you know, you're in your mid-20s, late 20s, in your 30s, to be fair, you know what, let's just take the age element out of it. It's okay to understand that building phases are normal, and it's okay for both parties to work together to ultimately reach an end goal. Like, for example, if a young couple got married at, I don't know, let's just say at 27, for example, and then they straight away start off with this whole feminine energy means I do X, Y, Z, masculine energy means I do A, B, and C. But then 20 years from now, you're still not ahead in life because you didn't make the right financial decisions. Then I feel like with these things, you need to take it with a pinch of salt.
I feel like there needs to be a strong basis going into everything, you know. As I say, there needs to be a strong foundation built.
Cool.
I'm not saying that, you know, an imperfect couple can't build and eventually become perfect. I'm a strong believer in, as I said before, a woman should be looking for a completely built and structured man. He's not going to be perfect, but he's going to have his life in order. And I'm not talking about a millionaire. I'm not saying to a woman, go out and look for every millionaire to marry. I'm talking to you about a man that has structure in his life, about a man that's understood that working takes priority over clubbing, a man that understands that health and gym take priority over drinking and sniffing cocaine. Men that have their priorities in order are usually destined for a more successful and secure life. And women are attracted more than anything to comfort and to security. They're not like men. We are attracted by different things. We're attracted by craziness, stress, and you know, working extremely hard. Women, all they crave really and truly is security and comfort, because they know how important their role is to bring children into a world of security and comfort.
No, agreed, man, agreed. Let's move on to another dilemma, bro. You know what I love about these types of conversations, bro? I feel like, especially when you're sitting down with someone who has very similar outlook on life, especially when it comes to these types of topics, you end up just getting carried away with so many like smaller conversations under the main one, which is a great sign of a great conversation, especially in context of the pod. All right, the next dilemma is, my husband doesn't want to have sorry, this question made me laugh already, bro. My husband doesn't want to have to answer to anyone, including me. How do I deal with this? This morning, I stayed home from work. I didn't say anything to him because it was last minute. My cramps are going to kill me kind of thing. My husband came home from dropping off our kids at daycare. He usually goes straight to work. He asked me if I was going to work today. I said, no, I've got cramps. He seemed put out. When I asked if he was going into work, he said he was going to work from home, but that he's just going to go and head to the office straight away instead. Okay, cool, whatever. He went downstairs and watched TV for an hour or so. So when I went down to eat and take my medication, he got up and started getting ready. I asked him, let me zoom in. I asked him about it, saying, I thought you was going into the office. Sorry, let me do that bit again. I asked him about it, saying I thought he was going in. Why was he still here? Why was he still home? He gets irritated and says he wanted to work from home and have alone time without anyone questioning him. And this is why he wasn't going to stay at home to work, even though I was upstairs laying down. He said he wanted a morning where no one was around and he could get calls and stuff done without any interruptions. This isn't the first time he said this to me. This isn't the first time he said he doesn't want to have anyone to answer to, not even me. Why bother being married if you hate having to answer to them? I don't think he's cheating. Our house is a mess because kids in everyday life, and he doesn't even want friends over when it's all cluttered as it is. He also doesn't have time with his work. Lol, what do I do? Shall I just let it go?
I'm not taking sides. This marriage seems to be failed a long time ago. You both need to double check what's going on right here. Now, I would say, is the man taking care of the bills for the house? Have a little bit more respect for him. And I would say, why is the house messy? Is the woman not, it sounds like she's not working, so the house shouldn't be messy, because if a woman's not working, right, she should be keeping the house tidy. But at the same time, this seems like, no, I don't understand this, bro. There's this kind of acceptance that within a marriage,
right,
as soon as you get married or you get married and a bit down the line, you have some kids, and it's kind of like, oh, we're just stuck together now. But like, your woman should be your happy place. Every time you look at her, you should get
excited,
excited, so happy, bro. And I don't understand this kind of, why the hell would you not want to speak to her? You have this woman that you love that gave you children, and you can't speak to her and look at her. I want some alone time. What is alone time?
Wait, pause though, but it's not always bad wanting a bit of space if you've got something on your mind, or if you need to get into the zone and work on something, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It depends how long he's working. If he's he said he's in the office usually.
Right.
For a man who's in the office, I don't know, let's say 9 to 5, for example.
Right.
Every hour outside of that 9 to 5, you should be enjoying with your woman. If you've got a side hustle, great, bang that as well. But I'm saying sometimes you're only getting 2-3 hours with your woman a night. And for me personally, again, it's a connotation that probably people have to me that I'm quite emotional. So I love women, man. If you couldn't already tell, I love the idea.
Definitely couldn't tell.
I love the idea of having a beautiful woman at home that I can, while I'm working around the house and she's cooking, I can go and kiss her while I'm walking up the stairs and hug her. Being emotionally attached and in sync. I love the idea of having a woman that's my best friend, and I think that's what everyone should be striving for. Of course, it's not the kind of best friend that you have with your male. There's different roles and variations to this relationship.
I read.
It sounds like these guys hate each other.
For real, I read further into it just a tiny bit. The dilemma says, he said he wanted a morning where no one was around and he could get calls and stuff done without any interruptions. Keep in mind, I was just planning to rest and stay in bed. He said he didn't want to have to answer to anyone, not even me. I'm just having trouble grasping why he doesn't want to answer basic questions. So going to the comment section of this dilemma, a lot of people are saying, honestly, it sounds like he's burnt out. Maybe he's got something on his mind that he doesn't want to speak about. What's your take on that?
No, he's
have your water. Sorry, bro. Go for it.
No, all good. He's no, you don't want in the shot. He's
pay me, bitch.
Literally, that's my mentality. The thing that I'm having struggle. Or the thing that I'm struggling to comprehend is that he said, I want a morning alone to get shit done, and he's chosen to spend that time watching TV.
Yeah, that's a bit mad, isn't it?
It's not what a man does. If the stuff like watching TV, and I'm not a massive advocate for TV. I think it's like a massive waste of time. But if I am going to watch TV, I'm going to include that as my quality time with my woman to sit down and watch something together. Why the hell would you want to watch TV on your own? I don't understand people who sit home and binge Netflix on their own. Like, bro, at least have someone to talk to about EastEnders. You know what I'm saying?
They got Alfie, man. Alfie
making a comeback, bro.
You get me?
We should message him next time.
Come on, next time I'll get him on and then you come as well. We just interview Alfie Moon. You know what I'm saying?
But the whole time, yeah.
Every time just he gets a word out.
Every time he says like something really good to close.
Trust me, just start beatboxing, bro.
He gets so annoyed.
I think another thing from this that I'm getting, this is just me personally, so let me know what you think, bro. But it could also be a thing where, it sounds a bit rude, but maybe you're just a bit jarring. Like maybe it's just a thing where you, like he can still love you to bits, but maybe you just getting on his tits a bit. Maybe you're getting on his nerves a bit. You know what I'm trying to say? Or maybe like his way of zoning out is just isolating and just doing his thing, but you maybe talk too much or interrupt too much, or maybe there could be something that you've done in the past, maybe the night before or a few days ago or even earlier that day where he's annoyed at you about something, but he's maybe not plucked up a plan on how to approach you about a problem he's got. That's just me playing devil's advocate.
If a woman's annoying a man, you're doing something wrong. You should be a man's peace of mind. You should be his happy place. You should be his place of happiness, sunshine, rainbows, where he forgets about the reality of the world, where he has to work hard and have loads of stress in his life.
Whoa. This guy's a romantic guy, you know. And shout out to your future wife, Diego.
Yeah, well, she's going to be taken care of, man. She's going to be taken care of and she's going to bear a lot of children and she's going to go through a lot of pain. So I'm going to have to...
Love the details, my guy.
I'm clipping
this, bro.
I'm going to have to treat this woman with a lot of love because she's going to go through a lot of pain for me. She's going to have to have a lot of children. How
many kids we talking? Minimum?
Double digits.
Say so. You're in a whole football team with the bench and everything.
Bro,
referee included.
Not even basketball team. 5 on 5 off, bang, 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 bang.
Swear. Power league thing, yeah?
Yeah. And any injuries, get the subs in the car.
I love it.
Water
it's
boy,
all in-house.
Water boy, Kitman, everything. It's all in-house.
I love that, my guy. I love that, my guy.
Yeah, and I mean, from a man's perspective, no matter if you're annoyed at a woman, you should be dealing with your problems appropriately. And as I said, it goes back to the point. I think we accept problems too much in relationships. If this is the situation and she's jarring, you shouldn't be in a relationship with a woman that's jarring. It's the complete opposite. As I said, she needs to be a happy place. If she's jarring, man, you need to.
But then, given that I don't, my bit of voice coming out. I mean, I do know that you know, this isn't me personally. I can't necessarily relate to what I'm about to say, but I feel like there are occasions where there will be phases and dips and lows of like maybe clashing a tiny bit with your partner. I do ultimately agree that your partner, for both men and women, should be your happy place. And if they don't give you that feeling and that emotion, then that clearly means something's gone wrong. But there naturally, bro, there will be days, there will be occasions where you're gonna get a bit annoyed with each other, or you might be a bit like, yo, you know what? Let's just have a bit of space for 30 minutes an hour. Let me just do my thing. Let's rekindle in a bit so we can have a proper conversation. Do you know what I mean?
In my fantasy, that doesn't happen, but in reality, yes, it will happen. And the way you deal with that, brother, is that you look at her in her eyes, you speak in a calm and a monotone voice, you communicate effectively, you're empathetic to the other person, you deal with it within 2 minutes, you communicate completely openly and honestly, which is what people should be able to do if you love each other and if you're always honest with each other, and then that's done, and then you move forward with your life. That's how problems need to be dealt with. Jordan Peterson had a great podcast, and he opened my eyes to something incredible. It's something really simple, and it was it was a scenario where a man and a girl, or the man found something annoying about the girl, or he found something annoying about his wife, and the guy was asking, when you find something annoying in your partner, how do you deal with it? And Jordan Peterson said, well, I sit down and I say to her, I'm finding myself triggered and annoyed at this thing you're doing. Is it me? Is it you? What's your stance on it? How do you feel about it? And she could reply, you know, listen, no one's ever said anything about that to me. I feel like that's part of my nature. I feel like this is what I do. If you find it annoying, I don't know how I can stop you getting triggered from it. This is all very boring, right? But this is how adult conversations are had. We're so used to, you know, let's have crazy, wild arguments and then make up sex after. It's not how a relationship needs to work. Why can't we just have a productive and efficient and honest argument and then have the beautiful sex that we always have regardless of how much we argue? So I didn't even finish the scenario, but the point is that they communicate honestly and openly, and the girl might turn around and go, do you know what? A lot of people have told me that's annoying. I'm going to do whatever I can to not do that anymore. So you can be as happy as you can be, and we can be as happy.
I think, and I'm sure you're going to agree, bro, but I think accountability in general is such a beautiful thing. I feel like speaking from personal experiences, even in recent years, bro, when I say recent, I'm talking even in the past maybe 2 or 3, bro. That's how like far back I'm going. I'm not even going back like 10, 15, like even like 2-3 years ago, 3-4 years ago. Like I can definitely see my growth as an individual, where there was probably times in my I say younger years as if like I'm 57 years old, you know what I'm trying to say, but like there were definitely times when I was younger where I look back in retrospect and I think I definitely could have dealt with this better, or maybe if I just took 10 minutes to not respond to this or to react to it and then just come back to it and deal with it more positively, the outcome could have been something so much better. Even if I do feel or felt that the other person was the reason for X, Y, and Z, if that makes sense, for example. But I feel like once you start taking accountability and just like maybe changing the way you word things, like for example, I don't know who said it or where it was said or the context of why it was said, but so I read somewhere or I saw somewhere where someone said, rather than saying, I'm sorry you feel this way, change that to, I'm sorry I made you feel this way. And I've tried my best to implement that into my own life. Even if it's a thing where maybe deep down I know, I can't lie, bro, this Donny's just getting bare emotional for no reason. But you know what? I'm also human, and maybe it could have come across in the wrong way. But because I said it, I take that accountability and say, bro, wasn't meant like that. But my bad if I made you feel that way, do you know what I'm trying to say? Or my bad if what I said made you feel that way, do you know what I'm trying to say?
I'll give you my example that I resonate with a lot, and you're going to resonate with it even more. You're going to hate me for this because the guy told me before that you're always late. The guy that...
Say again?
The producer, he said you're always late.
You know what, bro? I take accountability.
So I'll say this. When was the last time that you were late to something and you said to the person that you were late for, sorry I'm late, I was unorganized, or sorry I'm late, I didn't leave enough time to leave the house? Instead, what do we say? We say, sorry I'm late, There was traffic. Sorry, I'm late. There was roadworks. Sorry, I'm late.
No, but I'll be real.
I had to take the dog for a walk, right?
Yeah.
And I say this pretty much every podcast I've been saying this point. When was the last time someone said to you, bro, I'm sorry I'm late. I was unorganized. I should have taken more due diligence to work out how much traffic there was going to be, so I could have left more time, so I could have done my job.
How am I getting G-checked on my own show? I'm going to edit this bit out. No, I'm saying, no. I hear you.
And the reason we do it is because it's nature, right? Oh, bro. There's traffic, I'm late, because we don't want a confrontation. But as a man, you need to be no homo, completely naked, and go, listen, bro, I fucked up.
Pause.
I didn't leave enough
Do you know
time
what it was? Obviously,
not
trying to make this about the situation, but I'll be so real. For today's thing in particular, I'll tell you off camera, there was a bit of a my car sharing it with family members. You know what I mean? There was a bit of a... So I promise you
I'd give you a solution. I promise you I'd give you a solution.
Let's talk about the solution off camera. But you know what? But at the same time, as much as in my head, and this is just, literally 2 seconds ago, I was speaking about accountability. So I'm going to let this be an example of the accountability. Although right now, in this current second on 8:40 p.m. as we're talking right now, in my mind, I've got a valid justification as to maybe like the 2-3 minutes why, you know what I'm trying to say? But at the end of the day, the truth is there was lateness. So irrespective of what I feel the reason is, and even though I'm sure if I spoke to you about it, you'd be like, oh, that's a valid reason. But accountability is accountability. So it's either you take the L or you don't, sort of thing. Do you know
I
what
want to bring this to a place where you're going to really enjoy it. I bring this to a place of talking to girls. I could say she was on her phone, she was with her mum. But the truth is, if I wanted to talk to the girl, I can go and talk to the girl. And what guys do is they give themselves excuses. Your brain is your biggest enemy. Your brain will give you a million excuses as to why you didn't do something or why you won't do something. But it will very rarely go, actually, I could have, I should have, and I will. If you implement them 3 words in your life, instead of I couldn't, I wouldn't, and I won't, I could have done it, and I didn't. I should have done it, and I didn't. And I will do it because I should. It will change your life. Instead of sitting there going, I was late. I shouldn't have really been on time. I had to deal with these things. I couldn't have been on time because this happened. And in future, I probably won't because I'll have lots of shit to deal with. You see this mentality
changing the words.
And your word as a man is so imperative. So it's the same thing when talking to girls, right? She's on her phone. Okay, I can politely ask her to hi, can I just have 1 second? I know you're on your phone, super busy, so I won't hold you. I literally thought you were super beautiful. Can you put your Instagram? I'm on the phone to my boyfriend. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you. Have a lovely day. Oh, I'm on the phone to your mom. Oh, hi, mom. I'm this random guy on the street. I think your daughter's beautiful. Can I? Most girls will laugh at that. No problem. You'll have a little bit of banter, Oh, I'm on the phone to my friend. Hey, Mary, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna. Yeah, let me take Instagram really quickly. Boom, done. Whatever. Or sorry, I can't. I want to.
Live in the flesh. Securing the riz, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
or shall
get
I say
more of that
implementing
for
the riz?
$49.99 a month.
Jeez, link in bio.
Facts.
Use no blind spots for minus 5% off. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'll give you a 3% promo.
My guy. Nah, I appreciate that. Well, look, Diego, bro, I'm sure if time was unlimited, we'd have great conversations, more dilemmas to unfold with, and just frankly, bro, just have a great chat. I like to do this especially when I'm sitting down with a new guest. That any exciting projects you got coming up, bro? Anything you want to plug? Anything for the people to look out for?
Not plug. I love coming on people's podcasts. Sharing knowledge, having great chats, and leaving it at that.
Go for it, bro. It's your
no.
Because there's probably people from my audience that may not have come across you, which I highly doubt. But just
listen. If you want to improve your life and you're a man and you're looking for this kind of journey to do that, then I'm a great person to follow. If you want to understand that, I don't want anything from you. I don't want to follow. I don't want to like. I don't want anything. If you want to help yourself, you help yourself. The material's out there. I'm boxing a lot, so
okay.
God willing, I'll be fighting some big names soon and causing some.
Okay, cool. I'm expecting you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm expecting a front row.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. That's exciting, man.
Your second row.
When's that second row? Say no more. Or the gal you moved to in the first row.
Yeah, all literally lined up. They're gonna be in the ring fighting each other.
For real, bro. For real. Wait. You're from the video. You're from the video. I know you. You know what I'm trying to say.
How do you know Diego? I'm his Tuesday girl. How do you know? I'm Wednesday. Nice to meet you.
Bro, what's that 9 song? You've had that 9 song. Yeah, that's the one, bro. But now, love for coming on, bro. And I say this with confidence. Don't let this be the last time we sit down and chop it up. I'm sure somewhere down the line we'll have a
Hey,
great
come on
conversation.
again whenever you want, man.
Let's make it happen, bro. And goes without saying, you need anything from me, bro? Just a shout away, bro.
Thank
Love
you for
my
having me
people.
on, man.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, man.